What is going on, all-terrain nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these Broncos we all love, well, most of us love to drive right now. There's still a few of you. This is your all-terrain nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, alongside Miss
Kelly Boyd.
What is going on,
Jazz
everybody?
hands again tonight,
I know.
apparently. I don't know what's about the jazz hands.
Well, they're the
every Monday.
They're the exciting hands, and we've got an excellent show for you because there's four. Well, I guess including Kelly, there's four kick-ass ladies that I see here that are all Bronco enthusiasts and love the brand. And we're going to talk a little bit of SEMA. You guys know last year we went. We didn't get to go this year, but we thought, hey, we'll try to bring a little bit of SEMA here to the channel and kind of do a wrap up on that. And this Bronco, Kelly, that these ladies built, I'm very jealous of.
I am too. You know, they've got a lot of beautiful mods on this thing. So
yes.
I'm excited to talk about it tonight.
Yes. So we will get to that, but I hope everybody is having an excellent Monday. Obviously, somebody mentioned it. Hope I'm feeling better. I just got over COVID again. Thanks, Michigan.
I still think it's the third time.
I think it was Michigan because, you know, there's nothing good that comes from Michigan.
Wow. So, thanks a lot. Love you too. And the Bronco comes from Michigan. So you're really talking smack about everybody tonight.
Damn it. Well, see, COVID brain, you know, they say that.
Oh, yeah. Blame that on COVID.
Not thinking clearly, but
you all know he talks this way on every Monday night. So
we do. But I hope everybody is having a good Monday night. And this is a good way to wind down. Or if you're starting, who knows? It's a 24-hour economy, Kelly. And I don't know what people do.
It's true story.
But you guys know what's about to happen, right? Like, and Kelly doesn't even know what's about to happen.
I don't know the final cut.
Let's do this.
Oh, man, wow. You know, it's kind of fitting. If only there was a Tito's bottle in it when you did it.
Well,
just saying.
Tito's could sponsor us. I'm just
that is true.
You know,
that is true.
And do not drink and drive. By the
way.
Do not drink and drive. But Kelly, do your thing real quick. These ladies are itching to talk about.
I know they're itching to talk about it, itching to jump in, and we're itching to talk to them too. So let's go ahead and go over it. So we got a lot of folks in the house tonight. So Terrence Mooney in the house, which I know has a build day. 12-5 if I'm seeing right in the comments. We've got 502 Bourbon Crew in the house. Cigar Texan, TJ Miller, Eric Jefferson calling you out, by the way, for your Michigan comment. Michael Cooper, Bird Dog Overland, who just hit 1,000 subscribers.
He did. Congratulations,
and everything.
Man.
So congratulations.
Getting monetized on YouTube is like a nightmare to do.
Yes. So welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Bronco 78 in the house. Allie Dubois or Dubois. How'd you feel about the introduction? I know you were saying I'm interested to see what Dave does. I had not even seen it tonight, so not bad. Gia Hogue in the house, John Miko, M. Peugeot, Mobile Moto, Jonathan Falds, Jeffrey Babb, Kim. I'm totally gonna butcher your last name. Badable says Wahoo, excited to hear about this. So we're excited to have you.
Yes, very excited.
Welcome in. And Nikki Brewer is a brand new Bronco owner.
That's right. Congratulations.
So congratulations. And Dirk Connor sneaking in on us at the end. Minall Productions 1. Tim Jackson says, hello, kids. And I'm sure I missed a few as we were saying. So Bim Joker says hello this evening too. And again with the jazz hand. Pez head 1, 2, 3.
We're gonna break you with this jazz.
I don't know.
Hands,
we'll
man.
get there.
The 1930s called. Hello, Kelly. We'd like our hands back.
Wow. Leave it to you to go ahead and make fun of me on an all ladies stream tonight.
Man, I'm in trouble, right?
You're hugely outnumbered tonight.
Since this is a ladies deal and it was a ladies build, why don't you bring our guests in here and introduce everybody?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start off with
we've got Kathryn Reinhardt.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. See, she gets jazz hands. Welcome in with your jazz hands. And we're going to go ahead and bring Aliceje Keyburn in this evening. So thank you, ladies, for joining us. We're super excited to hear about the build and your guys' part in it. Just to get started, tell us if you each could just kind of start. We'll start with Kathryn and kind of tell us where you are today, kind of where you are company-wise.
Yeah, what's your background with SEMA and the Bronco?
Yeah, so I'm a 20-year industry veteran in the automotive aftermarket. I've worked for some really big companies like Magnaflow. I've worked for 4 Parts. I'm also on the SEMA board of directors, which is my 4th year. And I do actually have 2 Broncos in my possession right now.
What?
One is a Badlands 4-door that we just used in the Rebel Rally. And
Oh,
people that
nice.
probably don't know what that is, but it's, you know,
Oh, our viewers do.
Okay.
We've interviewed Rebel ladies. Yes.
Perfect. And then the other one I just picked up last Friday is a brand new Bronco Raptor, and I'm super excited. I waited a year and 9 months for that sucker, and it finally arrived, and I'm so excited to have it in the stable.
So was it a
Nice.
surprise arrival, or were you like, oh, you like everybody waited on that email and?
Oh, I've been stalking my emails, stalking the Bronco app. I mean, it's ridiculous how long I've waited. I even sent a few emails to Ford directly. What's going on? At one point, they actually told me KOH was the time I was going to get it. And I was like, that's February. But they gave me a nice little surprise right before I left for SEMA, saying it's going to be here right when you get back. So I was really excited.
Nice.
Well, you work
Awesome,
you
awesome.
work your tail off at SEMA, and what a reward to come home to.
For sure.
That's right.
All right, Kelly, who's up next?
Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Sara Morosan, owner of LGE CTS Motorsports, and I've been volunteering with SEMA now for a little over 10 years, and I am the current chair-elect for the SEMA Businesswomen's Network, which is SBN.
Nice.
And you're award winner with SEMA too, right?
Yes.
I am. So is Kathryn, but yeah, yeah, I was last year's Person of the Year, SEMA Person of the Year. So.
Well, we were out there last year, and we had a blast with SEMA.
Yeah,
last
we
year.
did.
It was nice. It was nice that, you know, coming out of the pandemic, Vegas finally opened up to where you could do that kind of stuff. And what a kickback for Vegas and SEMA.
Well,
I'm
actually,
sure.
last year too. Then, if you were there last year, our Bronco got a Ford Design Award as well. So we
Awesome.
we saw. I think I did a walk around of your Bronco that was on stage at Ford.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So we had a full
I
size.
think it had some parts from you guys.
Oh,
maybe.
okay, yeah. We had our full size 4-door that's like a green color,
Yes.
and then we also had our Bronco
That's nice.
Sport, which is like a yellow and white one that was in there too.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Awesome. And Alicia, of course, not last, but perfect. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Aliceje Keyburn. I've been in the automotive and power sport industry for a little over 10 years now. During the build, I was working for Race Winning Brands, which does a lot of engine performance components and parts. And just recently, I've kind of jumped over to Yamaha. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's been good.
That's awesome. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Well, from 4 wheels to 2 wheels.
Yeah. I mean, Yamaha does 4 wheels too. UTVs.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
That's right. So what was the idea behind? I mean, obviously, it was to bring a bunch of kick-ass ladies together to build this on their own without, you know, dumb guys like me like going, oh, you can't do that. But what was the kind of deal with it? Who kind of came up with this idea? I think you do a build every year, or SEMA does, maybe, right? Or
So this one is a 10-year. So 10 years ago, there was the Mustang build that the ladies of SBN started and wanted to have an all-female build. And so we wanted to make sure that on the 10-year anniversary that we came out and did it again. And basically, like, the build is basically a tool for us to show and highlight women in the industry. It's like, yes, we're showing that we can do builds, but there's a lot of women builds every year that are at the SEMA show. But on this one, we try to particularly use it to like highlight all the jobs that the women have in this industry, all the different things that are happening with like from marketing and engineering and sales and just every type of position there is. And just really like bring out what the women are doing in the automotive aftermarket. And then also too wanted to highlight some of like the women-owned companies and just different things. And then it also brings a lot of the ladies in the industry together, and it helps with like mentorship and meeting other women in the industry. And a lot of times it's like just us connecting because we're all over, you know, the United States or the world. And a lot of us don't even get to see each other or hang out. And this is like just a really good time for us, like get together, learn new things, learn new people, see the other women in the industry and meet others that are, you know, just as passionate as we are about automotive. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Some of the girls
go
that
ahead.
came out too were students, you know, so this was a great way for them to kind of dip their toes in and kind of be able to, ask some of the women already working in the industry, what does it take to get there? And, just to educate, like Sarah said, networking and resources, and just a great camaraderie.
That's awesome, because I know you all can probably attest to this, but and guys, don't kill me for this statement that I'm about to say, but as a woman that likes vehicles, works on vehicles, things like that, sometimes it can be really tough to have to prove yourself and say, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to work, I'm just as good, if not better, than some of these guys that are sitting here. And to be able to say, hey, we're badasses too, and watch out, because we've got this. So I think it's really awesome that this build came together, for sure.
Yeah. And it is.
Well,
It is exciting.
Sorry,
oh,
go ahead,
no,
Sarah.
it is. It's exciting to be able to show different things and learn new things. I mean, I don't know. It's very fun to be out there with other women doing what we all like to do. So
it is exciting
for
for me.
sure.
I'm a graphic designer, so I'm normally behind the computer. I don't get a chance to get my hands dirty and work on vehicles. So this was a great opportunity for me to, get my hands dirty and learn to wrench, and I loved it.
Well, I know I've seen mothers and daughters at some of this stuff working together, and just a lot of diversity of different people from different backgrounds, which I thought was really, really cool. What was it like? Did somebody have to go, hey, Ford, we want to do the Bronco? How did that start? Because that's the biggest hurdle, I would say, because all of you have a little bit of a background for parts. But what was it like to get the primary vehicle?
Well, I mean, I've worked with Ford for many years on project vehicles and stuff like that. They sponsored the first build 10 years ago. So it was a lot of conversation. I don't know if I'm allowed to say all that. I'm just kidding. Like, what am I allowed to say? No.
Still had to negotiate. We get it. Got it.
Right. I mean, it was a lot of probably private conversations like, hey, do you think we can get some support on this? And I probably started those conversations almost 2.5 years before we actually started, because like I had to talk to Kathryn too, since she's on the board, like, hey, how's it going to look for us to write these proposals to SEMA board? Because we have to get approval for them as well. But we wanted to make sure that we were going to have, a corporate sponsorship behind us as well, before just going in there and then being like, oh shoot, we don't have the backing. So I think it probably helped that we do. I mean, we all do a lot with Ford, and Ford's always been very supportive of aftermarket and working with like the women and stuff too. So
I remember though with Ford, like, nobody could get the Broncos. And of course, 4-wheel parts got the red one in somehow. And obviously there's product development for that. And I'm not shaming them on that. That's just
people.
You're right. And that's what, and part of SEMA is like helping facilitate these things a little bit. Now, Ford was able to get that one early on, and it was just a hit, like out of the gate. Honestly, I was looking at parts today. I was looking at a suspension lift that I'm like, Christmas is coming up. I need to buy this, but it's for Kelly though, right?
No.
But so
maybe it can be both of our presents to each other.
Sure. Was there any people like, hey, how are they getting this? We're still trying to get our Broncos. And I think a lot of people also don't realize sometimes these are just vehicles they can't sell anyways. Was that the case?
I'll take a little bit of that one. So Sarah's right. We did have to kind of negotiate with Ford on getting the vehicle, and Dave, you're right there. There was none in production anywhere. Nobody could get their hands on one. So that meant Ford had to give up a unit to give to us, which was tough, because they're taking all of those tough critics saying, where's my Bronco? Where's my Bronco? And so, but luckily they realized the impact that Bronco was going to have, not just on one vehicle being revealed at SEMA, but all the women that got to touch it as a result of it. And that's one of the things I've appreciated about Ford, is they have supported the automotive aftermarket. They've been coming to SEMA for I don't even know how many years. This was the first year they weren't at the SEMA show, but there's Broncos littered all over the entire SEMA show. Even if Bronco was the vehicle last year, it was also again this year, because there were just so many. But at 4-wheel parts, I can actually tell you a story on how that happened. Ford came to us at KOH in 2021. and they said, hey, we want to give you a Bronco. We want you to modify it and bring it to an event and unveil it there. And I said, okay, what's the event? They said, oh, well, we want to bring it to Easter Jeep Safari in Moab, Utah. And I'm looking at the clock going, I'm sorry, that's in like 6 weeks. Are you kidding me? We haven't even seen it yet. We haven't even looked under the hood yet.
Yeah.
And so luckily we got it. It was a pre-production. That red one is a pre-production. Modified the hell out of it. I think we ended up with 35 parts, unveiled it, and I think the title was Ford Crashed the Jeep Party, and that was really cool. And so having Ford be a sponsor of SBN and this big build, this was awesome because this is them showcasing they do care about women, but they also care about the automotive aftermarket.
Well, the thing that I've seen of Jeep versus kind of Bronco is Jeep's been dominated by guys for a long time. I mean, and it's just, that's just for whatever reason, you know, guys were attracted to off-roading and off-road vehicles initially. And now it's almost swapped. If you look at any Jeep owner right now, you see a lot of women driving this, but with Bronco, we've noticed just an outpouring of, I want to say it's probably 60-70% women buying these versus guys, which is exciting for, like, with the build you guys put on, was it's also showcasing to these women like, hey, you don't have to be scared to grab a wrench. You don't have to in the world of YouTube and everything now as well, you can learn how to do almost anything without feeling bad asking somebody's help. You just get on the internet and there's a million ways to figure it out. But with you guys, the way you're bringing all these ladies together, you know, I know there was what AWE brought I can't remember the lady's name. That was
Sarah.
Yeah. So they had brought that out. And of course, you know, she's kind of, I know the front for their, I work with AWE a little bit. She does a lot of their YouTube stuff and is very out there for the company, but she will get her hands dirty as well and jump right in and do that. But to see leaders in every part of the automotive industry, like Kathryn, I know you're, you know, more of the marketing side of this. I'm assuming you did some building on this, or you know, obviously you had a big way of getting this thing, but just to see there's just little segments everywhere that these ladies can all bounce now off of each other. There's leaders in every part of this auto industry that I think you guys are showcasing to the younger generation, maybe, of like, hey, jump in, grab a tool, let's do this, and let's have some fun while we're doing it.
Yeah, and some of the great things too. Sorry, Kathryn, real quick, like going on that, you know, Milestar, they provided an actual like day just to teach us how to, you know, do wheel and tire balance, and you know, they could have just easily showed us how to, you know, put it on the car and whatever, but they actually took time to really want to educate and help, and it was great. It was such a great learning experience, and the patience that they had to, you know, go through everything about a tire was great. And yeah, I mean, it's companies like that, you know, are such a privilege to work with, that help support us. And, you know, it's not just donation based, or, you know, those are great too, but the fact that they really care about the persons and want to educate and help them advance, that's great.
Yeah, and Alicia, that's a great point. Martin Castro and Kelly Weir, they invited us down to their facility. Listen, I thought I was coming down there and I was going to watch the tapes. I was going to tour the tires and be like, this is cool. And they're like, no, you're mounting and balancing the tires. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't wear the right apparel for this. But we did. And we actually learned a lot as a result of it. And there were no dumb questions. Nobody felt inferior or that they couldn't ask. You know, how does this work? Why are we doing this? They were really great. And having Martin as a male ally, you know, we don't have a lot of male allies out there. So when you get one that fully supports us like that, we love it. And we appreciate that experience because of that.
Yeah, it's awesome that you say that, because I know our viewers know, for those of you new this evening, we're in a lot of groups on Facebook and the social medias, and I'm in a lot of women's only groups, and the amount of ladies that come to those groups that say, man, this is the only place I should have known I shouldn't have posted X where, because people, you know, because they're not nice to me over here. They're not nice to me over here, but I can have a safe space to be able to put this in here. Now, don't get me wrong. Our viewers also know that there are times where I have to like put pause on it, because I can only take so many of the same question over and over and over again. But at the same point, it's still that safe space to be able to do that. So I'm glad to hear that you guys got that in the physical hands-on experience, because it's the whole statement. What is it? You can lead a man to water, but you can't
horse to water.
A horse to water, which you can't make him. That's
Poor
not
man. It's
A Bronco to water.
one. It's the fishing one. You can teach a man to fish and he'll eat for his life, and give him a fish and he only eats for a day kind of a thing. You know, it's that whole like building on those. Don't make fun of me tonight. You all get it. You get it. You get it.
You're enjoying the conversation.
Yeah. And I mean, and like they said too, like even like Icon sent out they sent out Zoe that actually works inside, like
That's
doing
awesome.
sales, and Colette came that does marketing, and then Scott came out too, and Scott does all their install videos. And he came out, and it's like, and it was so funny because I was like, you cannot touch the Bronco, but you can sit right here. And when we have questions, and it was so funny because like when I was doing the interview with him about like the male allyship, he was just, you know, he was talking a lot about like that he sits right next, you know, to Zoe all day long, and people call in and ask questions and she answers them. They're like, well, I want to talk to a guy. And he has to like hand the phone over to him, and he answers it exactly the same way. And they're like, oh, okay, thanks. And he's like, why was it any different? Why? And I was like, I don't know. I get that all day long. And I'm like, I own the company, and people are like, well, I need to talk to someone above you. And I'm like, well, there is no one else.
That's
so.
it. This is who you get above me right now.
Yeah. So it's funny, but it was,
which one
it
you
was,
want?
yeah, it was great. Like these guys coming out and, you know, supporting us and really like helping us with things. And, you know, and a lot of them, like I've known most of them. I mean, I've been doing this 27 years now, and I've worked with them on like different parts, but getting to be like work on a whole completely different aspect where I'm like just learning from them, and them coming out and like seeing the younger girls, like Alicia said, like the students coming out, or even some of like, or like her that's like in graphic design that doesn't always get to put her hands on it, get to see them actually work on it. And I forget because I do work on vehicles all the time. So it's like, I just assume like, okay, get out there, do this. And like, it's super cool to see them like get excited about it and like get to learn.
Let me take the bumper off. I can unbolt it.
Well, how did you find the group of ladies? Because I remember there was an application, because I know Kelly filled it out. Kelly was hoping to be a part of all that. And what was the process like to find these ladies?
Oh, so we did do the application, and because it was something that, to be honest with you, I don't think we knew that many women were going to.
I was going to say we weren't going to ask the hard questions, Dave.
Sorry, I thought that was a softball.
No, but it was it's okay. I don't mind saying this, but it's like there was a lot in the beginning where it was like all of a sudden it was like all of these like women were signing up, and we had over 257 women that signed up to like be a part of it. And and a lot of it was like trying to get us, I mean, you have to understand, we're all volunteers.
Yeah.
This isn't our job. Like we had to do our regular jobs on top of this. And we were really trying, like, I was like really pushing, like, we need to get this done before like SEMA rush hits, because we're going to lose a lot of our volunteers, or a lot of steam from our volunteers, because now they have to start doing their regular jobs and, you know, making sure they do that, especially when most of them are like in media or marketing or, you know, own companies. So a lot of it was like all the volunteers just trying to like organize and grab everything they could. So we had to break them up into task forces, break them up in groups, and then put each, like we had ladies that were co-leads on each group. So Kathryn you were on the build side, right? Task force. And then Alicia, I forgot which one you were on.
Events.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she still has things to do too.
Got a lot of events to plan for 2023.
Yeah. So yeah, we had to break it up into groups, and then kind of put everybody in the categories where they wanted to volunteer. And then off of that, it was based off of build days, like days and times, and then people responding to the emails. On that
and
part.
it was 2 locations. There was one in California, one in Detroit, And so trying to figure out where people lived, could they get there in time? What are the build dates? What are the times? Could they come before work, during work, after work? There's a lot of coordination, and
And when we
tough.
were going to get parts too, like it had a lot to do with like, when are we going to get these parts? And the specialists, the women that specialize in that area of, you know, installation or when they could come out too, because it might not work with what it might not all match up. So there was a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes.
Well, I see I see all the pieces because I've got some of the parts that you guys have used up, and of course you started out with the 21 Wild Track, which is especially for like desert running, like in the Southern California area, if that's where this thing stays or wherever, like that's the perfect vehicle for that area. But then, you know, Ford brought out their new performance pack, which is, I'm totally jealous because I haven't got that yet. And what else we got? We got Icon, we got Bronkbuster, who we know very well on there for the tie rods. Icon. What else we got here, Kelly? Chemical guys, that's crazy. Like here, you're gonna have to wash it. Like here, let us help you out.
Yeah, that's
with
awesome.
That. What else? Any Cat Skin? We just did some interviewing with Cat Skin.
We did.
And a great company to work with.
For sure.
What was some of the highlight parts that you guys got to put on? I mean, obviously,
I was going to say, how can you ask that question? They've got a loaded page right here, and you're going to ask them to call it out.
No. What was so for each of you? Was there something that putting on this Bronco that you were like, this is what I want. I want to do this part of this build.
That's a better question.
I actually didn't get to do the installation. I just got the tearing of parts out, which was really fun.
Get some anger out.
Bumpers, tearing off the interior. It was actually a lot of fun. And because I had worked on the red Bronco from Ford WP, I was like, oh, I know how to do this. And so it was actually really fun because you got to show other women where the bolts were. We had to work together. We had to find tools. I think Alicia at one point we're like, I'm holding the light just so everybody could see.
You were holding the light for us while we tried to figure out where the bolts were underneath.
It was hilarious, and that was fun. You know, installing the parts, that is the real fun. But being able to take everything off and have all these different women from different walks of life. I mean, it was so cool meeting some of these students, meeting some of these women. Like Sarah was saying before, they never get to go to the SEMA show. They work for a job that doesn't allow them to go. And so having their company now support them to do this build and then be a part of something that is, you know, happened once in 10 years, it's pretty cool to be able to have all these women collectively come together.
Yeah. And some of these companies like Icon, when Icon submitted, you know, Angela is one of the owners. So there was a woman owner, Icon. Bronco Busters, you know, it's a husband and wife team that own that. Terra Strata Designs, they had a girl that came out and wrapped the vehicle. Well, Baja Forged is women owned. It's my sister.
Nice.
Only my sister.
Was that a hard sell?
that was fun. That was one of my highlights was painting with your sister Teresa. Like, you know, learning how much really goes into the exact measurements of paint and color. Like we spent a couple hours trying to like perfectly match, you know.
That's right, because I've seen the video of you guys mixing the paint and stuff for that.
Yeah, so I mean that was like a whole new world for me that I've always, you know, artist. I'm interested in all that. It's just a whole different type of painting and art. But that was a highlight for me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And well, if you want to paint more, I mean, come on down to the shop.
I'm ready now. She put me to work too. I learned to properly sand.
Yeah.
I learned my way to painting. I started in the sanding.
It's all about sanding.
Alicia, since you're into graphic design, did you get to have any part of that, or was it just strictly hands-on in the build?
So we opened the design to women. So we actually did a contest, you know, for women to, you know, do their own thing on renders, which is, you know, I think that's such a great opportunity. You know, we had a lot of students and stuff too who applied for that. But design side, I did the logo, the all-female build logo and T-shirt. So I got to help out with that, which was an honor to be a part of.
Nice.
So yeah, a little bit on the design and logistics side, but more so I'm like Sarah said, I'm co-leading the event side, so that's kind of where I'm
Nice.
focusing on.
Was it there's t-shirt? As silly as this sounds, everybody loves a t-shirt, but when you have a part of a process like that, the t-shirt's almost like a Super Bowl ring, I would think, for these ladies, like because nobody else
Totally.
gets these. This
Yeah,
is
and
for
seeing
people.
all the girls when everybody's together and you just see the wave of like all female build t-shirts. I'm like, hey, I designed those.
That's awesome.
So that's cool.
So I know some of our viewers are going to wonder, on your events plans is Supercell East on your Bronco Supercell in East Tennessee, or can you tell us? Is that on the plans?
We have a very collective list of events, but I think at this time we're still kind of holding on to it until things are finalized.
Gotcha.
I know we were looking for some more sponsors to help, with travel expenses of getting the Bronco to different places. But we do have a collective wish list of events we would love to take it to.
Every place is
figuring
on
out
the list.
logistics. Yeah.
Yeah, every place is on the list. We want to take it everywhere. We want everybody to be able to see it and take photos with it. But we do have some limitations on, physically getting it to places monetarily. So like Alicia said, we're looking for some more sponsors. We're looking for some other companies that want to have it exhibited in their booth. So we actually a very healthy schedule so far.
Yeah,
Sarah,
quick
plug.
It's going to be at the LA Auto Show this weekend. So if you guys are going to the LA Auto Show, it will be at Ford's booth if you guys want to check it out. And then I believe it's heading to King of the Hammers after that. So that's
nice.
That's the straight upcoming ones, and then some of it's to be.
Well, December for the auto industry is like a shutdown period. It's the whole month. Just forget it. So yes, that makes sense. Go into King of the Hammers, which I'm hoping to be out for King of the Hammers this year because I keep missing it. And there's a rookie class this year for people to come, and I've got two good friends that are actually separately
is that on
building.
your agenda?
It is.
I didn't know.
Well,
surprise.
Now you know.
This is therapy for us sometimes too.
It is.
But that would be actually awesome to see this thing. Kelly, jump in.
Now, the only thing I was reading bios and everything before we kind of talked this evening, and I'm impressed with the passing it down to the future generations that I felt amongst all three of your stories, because I know that's something like our daughter, we expected our daughter to be like all in vehicles, like just because we both are. And she's 12, and it's only been like the last like year and a half or so that she's really kind of been like, oh, I'll go off-roading with you. Otherwise it was like, can I just stay with grandma and grandpa? Like I'm cool. I'm good. We took her out this summer for the first time where she just kind of got to be in the car with just me. And she was starting to spot me from the passenger seat. And she's like, hey mom, you're about to drop a little bit over here, and like all these things. And it was super proud mom moment. And I was like, this is what it's all about, is like passing it down to generations. And really, to your ladies' points, getting those ladies out there that really kind of are missing out on those opportunities too.
They're planting the seeds to
everybody
to do
and
that.
You're planting the seeds for all those pieces. And I love the ladies only rides that I read about too, because that's something near and dear to my heart. I know Nikki and Gia were in our vehicle last weekend. I don't even know what.
Yeah, we were in Detroit last weekend and just threw two ladies the keys to our Bronco and said, "Go have fun."
They'd never even driven off-road ever.
Nobody can get it, and it's like everybody wants to experience this. Just I've done off-roading nearly professionally for 30 years. Like I go have fun in the sand. And like spotting them through the trails. It's just there's nothing like, and you all know this, like there's nothing like getting a lady through an obstacle that they never thought that they could do before, and then really kind of getting them through. So I feel like you guys did that on steroids with this build, is like showing the ladies, hey, you're a badass, you can do this. And I think it's amazing. Yeah. Did they each get to go home with a brand new lift? Did you get it on the plane with them? Like,
remember that whole budget and negotiations and sponsorship?
Did you get us a new sponsor? We didn't know.
Lift included.
Icon's just giving out lifts to everybody.
Yeah, right.
I'm assuming one. I know we promised 30 minutes. I don't want to keep you ladies too long, but I'm assuming a lot of these ladies were future Bronco owners or current Bronco owners.
Or just enthusiasts, or just wannabes.
They're just all in the industry. Like,
oh, okay.
they're all just in the automotive industry or enthusiasts. And we're just trying to show them that like there are jobs in the industry. Women are out there in the aftermarket world. From, engineering to installing to custom painters, fabricators, marketing, graphic design, like, women-owned companies. And we're literally, these women aren't like technically enthusiasts. It's just, they're in the aftermarket industry.
Yeah.
Some of them were enthusiasts, some aren't. And like you said, like I had one of the girls, same thing. She's never really off-roaded. And she came out to our place in Johnson Valley a couple weeks ago. And she was like, I want to off-road. And I was like, we'll go up to Bronco Knoll. And so same thing, I threw her in my Bronco and I sat in the back seat and I spotted her through like some of the stuff, but she was like so excited and she's like, this is so awesome. Like, so it's cool to see them like get excited to actually like go out and off-road and stuff. And she's more from like, she rides motorcycles with me. She doesn't really go off-roading, but now she's starting to, and she just told me she signed up for some classes with Nina Barlow and stuff. So she's like, I'm going to go do those classes. And I was like, awesome. Like, so it is exciting. I mean, and those are just women that are also in our industry. They do different things in the industry. So
that's awesome. And I love that you're mentioning the off-roading kind of courses and teaching and things, because those really didn't exist in the world when you started kind of like walking me through trailing, because I didn't even know that was a thing until. So it's great that you're plugging that, because that's true. It is important that if you don't have, folks that you can trust and be your spotter. And we talk about this all the time on our show, is that there's a couple of rules that we recommend. Don't go by yourself. And also you have to trust your spotter. If you don't trust your spotter, don't go with them, because there's no reason for you to be out there if you can't trust that they're going to put you in the position. And I know I personally struggle with anxiety. So it's kind of like he said, it's marriage counseling. Like it's marriage counseling on the trails. Sure. Yeah. We tell everybody that we go out with the first time and go, we're going to yell at each other, but don't worry, we're fine. I promise. This is the only time we really yell at each other, is when he goes, driver.
Yeah, I'm telling her the wrong direction.
And I'm going, that's not driver. Like you're telling me to go. I'm going to follow your hands, not your words. Yes. So so it's great that you're kind of talking about that, because I definitely highly recommend it if you don't have folks that can teach you the right way to do it. Find somebody that can.
And one final question: how many ladies fought to drive this thing first?
Yeah.
So there's only a few of us that are actually authorized to drive it. So I think there's only like
the rest of us think that we didn't stand a chance, so we just let them. We didn't want to be liable for it either.
All I know is that I was like, can I drive it in Moab? And they're like, oh yeah, you're one of the authorized people. I was like, heck yeah. And then I was like, dang it, I need someone to drive my Bronco. So because I still need mine driven. So I was like, oh, okay. So maybe I'll recruit one of these ladies to drive mine while
there you go.
I can drive this one.
Nice. Well, I want to say we appreciate, this was a fun conversation. We appreciate what all three of you have done for this build. I think future generations definitely will see this. The Bronco's not going anywhere, so clearly it's going to be a piece to showcase for down the road. Kelly, final words for you.
Final words. I hear it's Alicia's birthday, and this is not from pre-show. This is several people put it in the chat that were like, "We're glad to see Alicia tonight, and happy birthday." So I did want to go ahead and shout out happy birthday to you.
Well,
birthday
he's gonna take a drink for that.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh wow! Straight from the glass.
Happy birthday!
Thank you guys.
And there was a rumor somebody behind us had, or in their thing had alcohol in them. I can get that out of here for the show. I was like, you don't know our show, because this is like being at the bar. We all have fun here and just chat cars and
for sure.
Go from there.
You can put that in your pre-notes for us.
Yeah.
Yes. Properly prepared.
I'll definitely
next time we'll give you pre-notes for sure.
That's right. Shot glass this tall. Yes.
Well, we look forward to seeing your beautiful build that you guys helped put amazingly together at one of the events that we end up going to. So we can't wait to see it in person, and super excited for you all. We know what you're doing for the female community, and we really appreciate it. And we thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you. And if you guys want to, keep an eye on the 2023 events, the best way is probably the SBN Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
And the SBN page, website page will probably update once we get things finalized on the 2023 event calendar.
Cool.
Okay, and that is it SB? Is it because I remember the Instagram page? Is it just SBN or is it SEMA SBN or something like that?
It's
SEMA_SBN.
Okay,
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we do have a full build page, like she was saying, on the SEMA.org/SBN. And
Okay.
it has all the lists like you had with all the product on there, and they could
Mhm.
click on it and it goes to the people's
Mhm.
website. And it
Oh,
has
perfect.
a full list of all the ladies that volunteered on the project, and the events page. So everything is on there if they want to join. Or if they're interested in being in the industry or looking for mentorship, SBN, they can email us or message us through Instagram. And we're always out here to help encourage anyone to be in the automotive industry. So
Awesome.
nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, I want to say thank you for joining us, and
Yeah.
Thank you
that's
for
it.
having fun.
So, ladies, we will now. Sounds rude. I have to pop each one of you out individually because
We're going to kick you out of the studio.
yes, basically.
Do we do
I'm
jazz
trying to be
hands
nice.
as we leave?
Yes, jazz hands. Oh,
Jazz
we're gonna
hands.
do jazz hands. It's going to be an every week thing because it already is anyway.
Bye, ladies.
But ladies, we will be in
Bye.
touch with you to follow
Thank
up.
you again.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
yes, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Well, there you go. That was a lot. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I know you.
I hate when we don't give them a heads up before the show starts that we're going to be like, hey, we're going to steal you for 30 minutes and then
Yeah.
we're going to kick you out.
I know. I wish this software had a little bit better way of like where I could put a screen up, and I'm probably just technologically dumb about it.
Well,
But
sometimes.
I know
Love
you were. That's
Love you,
exciting
mean it.
for you. You finally got to kind of be a little bit a part of that because I know you wanted to try to help
Yeah.
out with that. You were hoping your application got chose, and maybe down the road, maybe something will happen where you actually get to be a part of it.
Yeah, but in all transparency, I was late because I only signed up for the Detroit side of things because I didn't even know there was a sign up way back. So that's kind of the piece that I missed out on. But I'm super excited. It was fun. It was good to talk to these ladies.
It
tonight.
was. And one last time, here is the there is the picture of that thing. I like the wrap a lot. Obviously, a lot of the stuff we've seen, like the fenders and stuff, but I can tell you one thing: those fenders they don't just bolt right on. You've got to massage those things. You've got to make that stuff work. I'm hoping they had a lift or something for that rooftop tent because that damn thing would be heavy.
It would be massive.
And
I'm sure they were in a bay that had an engine lift, so
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm sure. But very nice build. I like that they didn't just go over the top. It would have been easy to kind of just like put every piece you could ever find on this thing. But
yeah, it was done well aesthetically.
Yeah,
Putting it all together.
So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. I enjoyed talking to them. So there you go, Kelly. I know you had highlighted a few things that we didn't get to. So I know we had a couple super chats, and I always feel bad with the super chats when y'all donate. Is if I'm in the middle of it, I don't want to be rude to the guest and be like,
for
hey,
sure.
Wait a minute, I've got to say thank you. But there's was a couple there, right?
502 Bourbon Crew, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate you. And came back and they said that super chat was supposed to say drink.
Oh, I did like 502's comment about I'm hearing a dog and I've only had one drink. I'm only one drink in. I was like, well,
somebody had a dog in the background. It wasn't us.
That's right. All right. So I can open this bottle now officially.
Wait, what is on your background over here?
What is on my?
That's not Bronco. That's not mine.
I know. That's the awesome Bronco.
That's not a Bronco.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
Here, there y'all can see the background. If y'all can tell what that is, comment below. So
Sherry says it took 6 ladies to lift that roof or that roof accessory on that Bronco.
That's my back says no thank you.
Yeah, mine does too. Mine says nice try, lady.
Wow, that's no, those things are very, very heavy. And
Andrea coming in with $19.99. Thank you, sir, for that.
dude,
super
you were
chat.
way
We
too kind to us, man. We
you.
appreciate you. Hopefully we see Andrea at Supercell East.
Yeah.
Which you can't really see it through a reflection, but
You're gonna break it down and tell him.
we're gonna talk about this. So I bought this little clock. Kelly and
He's bought it twice now because he never actually clicked.
I never actually bought the damn thing. But we're counting down to Supercell East. So the show will definitely be there again. So if you ever see in the video, give you an idea of when I recorded that video because it's not going anywhere. The little countdown clock is there. Um,
Well, let me get through the stuff and we'll
ahead.
go.
Wait. If you're gonna do it, we gotta do it like this. I know. I just wanted to. You guys know. I'm gonna. That was a more mild intro, though. You have to admit that was a more like a jazz hands.
Somebody
that
said
fits your jazz hands.
Somebody said they were liking my new do tonight. Well, thank you. I actually only flat ironed it. I figured I needed to jazz it up for the ladies tonight, so I could compete in one way or another.
Well, there you go. Compete. Wait, what?
Well, you got to add value where you can.
Well, you got a lot of value here,
Well,
man.
you're sweet. Nikki Brewer got her vehicle today. And I do have to say, she sent me a picture. My gosh, did the Caddyshack.
I did.
Be careful, you'll get demonetized.
Ooh.
They'll catch enough of that.
Wait, my dance will get me demonetized?
You singing might catch on.
Ooh, well, my dancing gets anything done. It's me thrown out of YouTube.
That is probably true. The Pavement Ends Now says, it's my Bronco's birthday today. November 14th, the module's populated.
Nice. Ours popped way before
Love that curling. Love that
I
curling
know,
in
man.
you.
Oh, well. Man, why can't we have curling here in the South? But our birthday's coming up.
Our birthday is coming
the
up.
18th, so in 4 days, our Bronco will officially be to us 1 year old.
Well, on grounds of Murfreesboro a year. We didn't pick up till the 20th.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
Well, you said it. Travis Peden says order date 12/1/21, maybe I missed part of that conversation. I think
we might have.
Justin Ewart says my build date moved up a week to 12/12 for my two-door
Did I
Badlands.
tell you Terrence Mooney, who's in here, his build date unheard of. I cannot recall hearing about move dates moving up. Build dates moving up. So congratulations to you guys.
For sure. I didn't mean to tag this one, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So Allie says we get talked down a lot by guys. It's kind of surprising sometimes.
Allie,
it is true. We got
you're
spam
like
in there.
Dave.
Dave.
You're like 5'6".
We got spam in there.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, but you got to do it on YouTube too.
All right.
Yeah. So it does. Unfortunately, it happens quite a bit. And I hate to bring attention to that, but it just, unfortunately, it does. Many a times I've been to the dealership and they treat me like crap, and then he comes in and says the same thing, and here it is. But Dawn and Rob said we had so much fun with Sarah at KOH. Nice. It's great that you are representing women builders at SEMA. So unfortunately, she's gone, but I meant to tag that before we went, but we had so much fun talking that I didn't want to tie him up too much longer. So Sherry says, awesome ladies on this project. It was an honor to work with all the ladies on this project. And I'll be honest, I'm super jealous. Like, you don't even know how jealous I am of it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Anthony Wellington said they are a bunch of rad women.
They are. Totally.
Let's see. Nikki had to leave for the evening.
Well, she just got that Bronco.
I know
she's doing.
She's like emotionally exhausted.
This one here, when we got our Bronco, any excuse that, hey, I've got to go up to Walmart, I've got to go do this, like any excuse that she could to get behind the wheel, I was like, hey, I need to go let some pressure out of the tires. I'll be back.
Shut up.
Like, hey,
it wasn't that bad.
I've got to refill the car up. Didn't you just fill it up? But it used some. I got to go do it again. No, it felt that bad with you. But
well,
why not? I mean, it's a freaking amazing vehicle. So why wouldn't you be excited to drive the thing?
Zach N said, sorry, I'm so late. My sons and I got to go to off-rodeo last Friday in Moab. Great group of instructions. What an amazing vehicle. Extremely capable.
Zach, if you were still in here, I'm curious of where you're from, because I'm curious of why Moab, because I know why I would choose Moab, because I mean, I've been to Moab many times, but it's just Moab. Like, that's the one for me. If I was going to, you guys know, I've not been a fan of it, but I'm just not for me. But Moab would be the one. If we were like some of these people who have been waiting 2 years now for, I might have went to drive one. I might have went. Well, I guess we'd already drive one, but I might have went. Let's just go to Moab. Let's just do that. Let's go tear it up there.
We're not going to tear it up.
Oh.
Let's see.
What's up, Johnny's Car Care and Reviews?
That was actually, I shared it. So sorry I'm late, but I've shown up and I'm getting great advice from Kelly.
There you go.
Sometimes I bring it.
Kelly's great advice. Yeah. I don't.
Wow, the
COVID
sarcasm in that.
No, it's COVID.
Don't even
brain.
blame it on that. Because this isn't every Monday.
This is killing COVID, by the way.
Yeah. So Bryce Gardner asked, what year is Ford doing a Bronco Shelby?
That's a great question because, I did a video on that about 2 months ago, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And no word on any of that. But, what I was reading in the tea leaves, it looks like they were playing around with that. I would say if anything was going to happen with the Bronco, you've got Chicago Auto Show coming. Well, you have Houston Auto Show coming up in January, but that's not for trucks. Sometimes things get released there. Would be Chicago is always a pretty truck centric and SUV centric show. And after that, all these manufacturers though are really doing their own thing. So it's kind of screwed up my timetables of when they might drop things. But I will say Ford is the Raptor's free from them now as far as product development. Ford has been big about, hey, Bronco's its own brand. They're pushing that hardcore still. So as brands do, they need to do new things to market. So I have a feeling, there's definitely a hybrid coming. So we'll start there and maybe get a hot rodded, street version down the road.
Zach N says, I live in Salt Lake City.
Oh, well,
super easy for you to make that jump to Moab.
200 miles, I think, or something like that.
I don't even know.
Zach, I want to retire in your fine state.
Yes.
I love, out of all my travels, Salt Lake City. Me and Kelly's never been there. Well, I guess we've been to Utah together for Moab. But as far as like you getting to see kind of the center.
Yeah, I've flown through Salt Lake City, but I've not actually been in Salt Lake City.
But driving from Salt Lake to
Moab?
No.
Uray?
No. What's the
Imogene?
No, I went with Nissan.
Jackson Hole?
No. That's Wyoming.
Park City.
Park City. But that's just a beautiful drive, going up to the mountains. Just freaking amazing, man. Let's see.
Okay, so NSU College Kids is going on 2 weeks with my tutor. Keep buying things on Amazon daily for it. Quickly spend another $1,000 with speaker steps and flaps.
NSU, if you go to our website, allterrainnation.com,
yes,
there is some links. I don't care what you buy. And this goes to anybody.
And we don't know what you buy.
Yeah.
We don't know that you buy whatever you buy.
Yeah.
We just know that somebody used a link off our site and this is what they
80-inch
bought.
TV or double D batteries. I don't care what it is, but whatever.
There's no such thing as double D.
but if you just click through the link and do your normal shopping, we get a tiny kickback. You guys don't pay anything other than what you would normally pay for it. And it, believe it or not, pennies add up, and we need all the pennies we can get because you've seen the screen grab of the old Raptor there, and the Broncos or the Jeep's about to go away finally. So it may cost me to get rid of that thing. So anyways, so your pennies.
But yeah, literally all you do is go to allterrainnation.com, click on the build thread, click on one of the Amazon links, and you you don't even have to buy that. It's just whatever you end up buying through there. We get a small little percentage.
Yeah, little thank you, as we will say.
And NSU College Kid also said, I'd love to go to off-rodeo, but the social anxiety is real. Stranger danger. I will tell you.
What are you, 12?
I will tell you that it is it's not really that bad from a social anxiety perspective, and I have social anxiety. Sometimes I know we do a YouTube channel and yet I have some social anxiety, but so something to think about is that you'll only be pushed in a wheeling perspective, not to have to be social with people. So I'll just put it there.
Hopefully this works out.
So there's just an Amazon link. It's
just a generic.
You don't have to buy what is in that link. You just shop through it. So that's all.
Right. And one more thing though, Kelly, while
we're plugging,
here is a list of things we've put on our Bronco, and click through, do whatever you want. And as you guys know, I hate selling.
Here we go.
Memberships. There's a little membership tab you might see down there. It's $5 a month. YouTube gets a chunk of that. Trust me, I don't get all of that, but believe it or not, that little bit that we do get helps us quite a bit. We know I'm already marking. You can't see here. I've already got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trips that I have to travel to. So believe it or not, that little bit does help support us
in
to
2023.
yes, to travel. So past that, you guys have always been super generous to us here. So we are grateful for everything you guys do to us. And that's the final thing.
Do to us.
Well, I mean, if
do
they
do it?
see us, they might shake our hand.
That's true.
Somebody gave me COVID in Michigan. How fitting.
That was my dad.
How fitting that the state that I love, scenery wise, Michigan is pretty awesome. Some beautiful women there.
Good answer. Recovery.
But you've got a university there that I'm not a fan of. And it's amazing. I talk shit about the university all the time on here. Of course, you love the university. I'm an Ohio State fan. Go Buckeyes. But it's amazing that I got COVID.
Allie says, watch yourself.
Hanging out in your state. It's like your state didn't want me there.
You know why you got it? Because you sat on the couch across from my dad that was 4 feet away.
No, I think it was I think there was somebody that listens to live streams and they were like, all right, he's crossing the border. All right, inject him with COVID.
Yeah, since my dad's the first one that came down with it. Yeah.
Well, your dad's a pretty standoffish guy. We're not huggy to each other, so we weren't broing it out there like me and Ron.
It's funny because it actually was the first thing my mom said. It was like, he's never gonna want to come to Michigan ever again. And she's like, I hope you didn't get it from us. And I was like, I'm just glad we got it from you and we didn't give it to you.
Right. I would have felt bad if we didn't roll out well and got sick up there somehow.
No, I know, and that's the thing. Like, I would have hated to give it to them. So
also,
I'd rather get it.
I was gonna open this tonight. I don't know. It's been several months. This is a special bottle. I bought this from Jack Daniels in Lynchburg, Tennessee, and I was going to open it because this was my 7,000 for 7. We broke 7,000 subscribers, which has been
and thank you.
Yes, been hard to do for some.
Hey,
reason.
and Allie, just remember it's my Bronco. That's all I'm going to say.
But I was going to open this, but I because of the birthday shot and. I'm assuming Andrea sent this bottle of. I was wondering. I got this today.
He did. He actually said, "Hope you enjoy it" on Facebook today.
So, thank you so much for this. It's Devil Share. Never heard of this company. It looks out from the bottle. It looks tasty. I promise you, Andrea. Since I've already opened this up, next live stream I will definitely enjoy this. But you guys always keep me in whiskey, man. It's like so.
He said my vodka's on this way, but it's struggling to get the vodka to be shipped to me because of liquor restraints.
Man,
so it's coming.
Thanks, government. What have you ever done for me? Anyways, bring your questions or comments. By the way, I wanted to get into slightly about it was on Bronco 16.
Ooh, it just turned into a NCAA conversation.
Uh-oh. What did I do?
Chat, you did what you always do. You stir it up.
I know.
Bart Hardy says, drove in the rain the other day, slipped all over the place, switched it to rain slippery mode, and it went into tank mode.
Nice, man. Which model do you have? Which tires are you using? I could see that in a base. Base comes with just their plain all-terrain tire kind of thing, but nothing super aggressive for road use. Wait, wear a hat? Oh, they must be. They're talking footballs things or sports balls things now.
Jonathan says, if you think Detroit area is beautiful, go north another 3 hours. Yeah, and that's really what he's referring to is the northern from there.
Mackinac.
Yeah,
I definitely and kind of next summer would like to do that. Maybe we just say, hey, we're going to be in Mackinac Island. If you're there, might be fun to ride around with. No official events. Just if you show up, you show up. But we might throw that out there because you've been to Mackinac Island, right? Or whatever it is.
When I was this little.
So, but I remember her parents, God bless them, had this theater room in this house they had. And I didn't realize what I got set up for was, it's movie day. And I was like, okay, we'll go watch the movie with the families. You were there.
I don't think I remember the story though.
And, it was a cool day like today. And I was like, oh, cool. What are we going to be watching?
Cool isn't cold.
Yes. And they brought in this movie about Mackinac.
Somewhere in Time?
I don't know what it's called, but it was like a documentary, but it was
I kind of remember that.
About the lake freezing and snowmobiles driving over.
Sort of remember it.
It just kind of showed from winter.
Can you tell I blocked it out?
I tried to. But it did inspire me to want to see that area. So
Mobile Moto says no terrain island because Mackinac Island doesn't let you take your vehicles on it. It's a no cars.
Whatever.
Yeah. But you can walk. Yeah, but you can't. You can't drive on it.
What kind of bullshit is Michigan doing?
It's Mackinac Island.
You can't drive a car.
No, not on the island.
The land of cars. You can't.
No,
drive
you
a car.
can't. It's pedestrian only. Pedestrian and bikes.
Well, how are they going to get run over?
They're not. That's why. That's why you don't have cars.
What kind of fun? You take the fun out of everything, Michigan. Thanks. I'm playing. Of course, I'm playing. But I know I do want to see all that area though. I hear there's a robot under the old bridge.
See, Moto
Yep.
says you can land a plane there. So you can fly there, but you can't drive there.
Well,
what did you say? Something about the bridge?
Yeah. For my robot, that's where they all were storing the old robots, was near the dried up lake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Come
on, Kelly. We just watched that movie not long ago too.
I know. Bart Hardy says stock Badlands tires.
Okay. That's BKO2s. But hey, that was something from us off-roading. We always forget about, because I'm old school. You've kind of adapted you've learned because I'm old school, kind of my ways.
He's beat me into submission.
The goat modes of we forgot about it. So Kelly, I did it in a video of Kelly going up in the sand, getting not stuck, but you didn't.
Nikki was in the passenger seat.
You didn't hit it as hard as obviously as you could have.
No. Okay. So I come from the world of Nissan wheeling, which in turn,
honestly, rock crawling. That was rock crawling 101, the way you approached it, and just
that's true with rock crawling, because speed does not equal better typically in rock crawling. So it does not mean it's better. And you also bust CVs like something fierce. Right.
This just in.
This just in. We park over there and we walk over.
Well, we'll float the vehicles over. We'll do something.
Sure. Anyway. So I come from the land of rock crawling, and send it does not equal better. Send it typically means busted CVs and things like that. So when I'm climbing up a sand hill and I kind of don't progress anymore, one has to back down and try again. And again.
And she didn't learn from
I was going to say, it was only the third time that it took. No. It was
video.
3. It was 1, 2, and then the third I made it up.
You got all the way to the top and almost buried it there, and then came down and then gave it.
No, I don't think so.
Either way.
Anyway, but then the fourth time that I attempted it, because I did go down one more time, I did use sand mode and it just crawled right up it.
Yeah, but I was saying that was one thing with that kind of terrain, because I've never wheeled in sand like that before.
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun, even though like Nikki, Gia, and Kelly would not give up the steering wheel. I'm just saying. But no, it was kind of fun to do that. But that's where the goat modes, where sometimes I sort of forget about, like, just click the little dial and it'll do it. Or like the rock crawl mode. I mean, it probably does the exact same thing that I would do to it, other than adjust throttle control by clicking the lockers and the disconnects and all that. But no, I've got to learn to use the dial a little bit. So.
Jonathan, Dave can drive up it, but he can't walk up it.
That was funny. I was trying to get that in the video too that we did, but I was having some problems. People would have saw me finally get up it, but they wouldn't have seen them. I wish I could have put a funny noise of me sliding down that hill. So there's they call it the lava something, or magma hill or something like that. And it's got this beautiful, this is a fun little climb. Kelly was a little skeptical at first, because
video doesn't do it justice.
You've never gone straight up. Like we do a lot of
Yes, I have at off rodeo.
Oh, well,
you just didn't see it.
But
just
so and I know what goes through your head, because it goes through mine. We're far away from home. Let's not do something stupid. So I do get that. But yeah, so Kelly was like, "Are you sure you want me to drive up it?" And I was like, "Yeah, you'll be fine." And I was going to run up there and grab some video of it. And I've got this camera, $700 camera in my hand, trying to not bash it on the ground as I'm going up. And I get up and you just feel my ass into me like wanting to fall backwards. So I'm a land surveyor, man. I run through this crap all the time, so I know get your face close to the ground so you can just slide down. But it would have been great if I could have had some like clown music and I was going down. Like, yeah, it would have been hilarious. But if you were there, somebody's probably
Bye, Eric. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. So Allie said Mount Magma.
There you go. That sounds like an ant, like Aunt Magma. She was feisty. She was hot sometimes. Don't anger her. You wouldn't like Aunt Magma when she was angry.
Doesn't fit here. No, but
they're not all winners.
So here's what's funny is that I don't know if it caught it on the GoPro, which I don't think it did, but Nikki and Gia and I were like, "Oh my God. Oh, and you totally got that on camera, right?" And I said, "Yep, GoPro's still on."
Yeah, I'll have to look for that. I definitely will throw it up on Instagram or somewhere because it's hilarious.
Yeah, watch. That'll be the one thing that goes viral is you falling down Mount Magma.
Well, speaking of falling down, so there was a person over here on Bronco 6G who says, I'll make sure you got this is the first one. I believe I've seen some people on the forum asking when order banks are going to open for the 2023 Broncos or when they would be open. If I understood correctly, Long MacArthur, who hops in here from time to time. Tim hops in here. We greatly say thank you for that. Said Tuesday on their podcast that they were told November 1st that the ordering for 23 Broncos would probably not open until February, which makes sense. I know there was initial reports that we were getting back in August of when some of this was coming out of, hey, they're going to be a short time for get the reservations through, and then Ford wanted to open the retail banks back up so new people could order and dealers, because right now dealers can't order anything for Bronco related. All they can do is, hey, we'll take your deposit or whatever you want to do, and as soon as order banks open up, we'll push that through. So this is good news. I think it's good news,
and Allie's confirming it too.
Okay, I think it's good news for the fact that it shows Ford's commitment to getting reservations done. Me and Allie's talked about this on the show a couple of times. I know we've talked about it. That Ford, I said this, Ford was going to do everything in their power to get as many of these old reservations through as possible. But guess what? Some of y'all are going to get pissed off. Some of you they're going to be like, after
you tell
that,
everybody every week.
But I just want to let it be known that at some point Ford is going to cut their losses and be like, it's an even playing field again. If you want to, because there was people, I think Nikki was October or somewhere, August of 20,
January order.
No, but I think her reservation was somewhere. She was a later reservation.
She was a January
right. Okay.
reservation.
So there some of those people are now getting their Broncos. So Ford's done everything in their power, and where that's really going to piss people off is those over with what was the Ford dealership up north? Where Luke got his from.
Granger is west.
Well, but they're that way, up
north,
that way. Midwest. But some of those people, because Granger had, I heard the other day, 800 orders still. Some of those people are going to be very upset. And I think, dealers right now are getting a bad rap of higher markups and all that stuff. But now this is a weird battle between Ford and their dealerships. Neither party can do anything right to the other one because one's trying to survive in a business that doesn't want to deal with salespeople anymore. Ford would like to go direct sales, but there's laws against that right now. And it's just this weird battle of the customers caught in the middle of everything. But would you like to be like one of those 800 come February or whenever, and then Ford just says, or their dealers start calling and saying, hey, reservations are no longer good. Because I really think that's going to happen, that they're going to stop, and it's just got to be restarted. You can't, because if we continue this, it would be 2030 before some people ever got a Bronco, because Ford has to make dealers happy. You got to give dealers a little bit of cheddar. You got to give their customers who've been waiting some of this, and then there's new customers on top of that. So I was happy to get. There's nothing. I won't say that, even though Allie's confirmed this, I won't say nothing official till Ford officially says this is. Obviously, dealers get news before we do, but I'm curious where you guys are at on it. Gia says she's 2 weeks from a build over there, by the way.
Close. NSU College Kid says, I'm curious to know how those with no allocations going to work to catch up this process.
Well, so when the order banks open up in February, we'll just say the end of February, they're going to be open for about 4 days. I guarantee you that. And that's all they're going to take.
Because that's what they've done with the recent builds.
Maverick and everybody, it's showing Ford has a pattern of how they're doing this stuff. And Maverick seems to lead the way of how they've done stuff because it came out before Bronco. But it seems to be like, okay, that's the direction Ford's taking. And yeah, they seem to be going that way. So I don't want to see anybody be upset if you're on that final list that maybe Ford says, hey, you have to reorder, because honestly, that may even get you your Bronco faster if they just wipe the slate. Dealerships that some of these dealers have taken, required big down payments. I don't know how that works. You're going to see another mess, but Ford's going to get shit on, and the dealerships are going to get shit on by all this because the customers, we track this stuff, but customers don't pay attention who Ford is. Half the customers, I guarantee you, think that Ford dealership is owned by Ford. It's not. They're their own business. They buy the cars from Ford, then in return sell them to you past that. So where are you at? Do you think you're going to see a lot of just upset,
Oh, yeah. Because I like you said, don't be upset, but you guys have every right to be upset if it wipes your slate clean and you have to start over with your order. If you don't make it into that order bank, you have absolutely every right to be pissed off because you've been you had Ford drop it in 2020 that said, here's this awesome vehicle that we're going to put out and you can order one, and order banks open now. And so you did, and you reserved, and you waited, and you waited, and you waited, and you continued to wait, and you reordered, and you reordered. There is every right for you to be pissed off if your order doesn't ever turn into an order, like a true vehicle. Like you have every right to be pissed off. But I also see the other side of it, as like you and Allie were talking about, is like at some point Ford's got to cut their losses from a business perspective, but at the same point, what is going to be the cost of that for them from
there's going to be
an image perspective?
Yeah, there's going to be some customers that may be new to the brand they were giving the brand a shot. Maybe they're import customers who have always thought the big three built lesser quality vehicles. They're in, and I'm saying that's in their mind, by the way. We're pretending. But yeah, it opens up now. That's because a lot of times, like, I know my dad was big into Chevrolet, big into GM, and I liked him growing up, but I didn't want to own what my dad owned. So maybe now,
really?
Yeah, I mean, I bought an F-150, pissed my dad off. He did not want that thing in the driveway.
So you're not saying you didn't want to own what your dad owned. You just didn't want to.
No, I kind of wanted to be my
own
own person.
So you didn't boycott it necessarily.
Right. But maybe there's people that way with imports. It's like, I want to give this truck looks really kick ass. And a lot of people, obviously with Bronco, I think it shows they didn't want Wrangler. They wanted to be a little different. They wanted that Wrangler feel, but wanted to be a little different. So I think maybe there's going to be some customer dissatisfaction with that. I'm not sure. I feel for everybody that still hasn't got these damn things. And, I always say it, and I mean it. I feel guilty that we were able to pause our order and jump right back in, and a week later get a build date.
We realize that we are super, super lucky with that.
I have no pull to Ford for any of that. We were just happened to, because it was my dealer had an allocation for that pop-up. Well,
and like John Miko said, I'm hopeful mine will be scheduled very soon, but at some point we as customers are ready to make memories with their families and we'll move on to the next truck. Absolutely.
Well, and this sounds horrible, but how many customers have maybe passed away? We lived through a pandemic that didn't, there was a lot of, and I mean, I guess that's kind of not that like, oh my God, Ford killed them or anything like that. But there's a lot of people that have been, maybe on their deathbed. This was our older generation that, hey, this is my final new vehicle. And now 3 years later, maybe in the economy, the way it's going, I don't want it in the comments, by the way. But interest rates are on the rise. And I have seen that. I've seen people going, hey, man, when I ordered this, interest rates for a car were in the 3s. And now I'm looking at 6s and 7s for a car.
Well, we talked about it in Michigan that, when the reservation was put in, it's that, and now it's this. And it's like, it's crazy to see what has all changed during that time frame.
Yeah.
During the last, 3 years?
Yeah. So
2.5 years.
Hopefully it all works out. Good night, Bird Dog Overland, and then congratulations once again on getting monetized and those 1,000 subscribers. I just it's a what are we snapping at?
The dog.
Oh, is he snoring?
He's obsessively biting his foot again.
Oh well, I'll do it for him. But I do, to wrap this up though, I do think I think it's a good move on Ford if it is February. That still gives people a lot of times, because it was November's when they said that. What was it? I think it's around now where they were like, you have to have your order in by this date if you want to convert, or we're just canceling your order.
Yeah.
So
you know how I feel on it.
Which is another way of them getting rid of a few reservations to help wean this down a little bit. Go ahead, Kelly.
William Lane says, me and the wife got our Cyber Orange Badlands Lux non-sass in early October, and now it's the wife's, and she loves it so very much.
William,
we know how that works.
I had a Bronco once too. I did. I ordered I did a reservation. Kelly was downstairs. I was up here typing away, and I needed my wallet, and she goes, "What are you doing?" Now, granted, you did know I talked about this a little bit, but she's like, "What are you doing?" And of course, your parents, who are General Motors retirees, were excited that I was buying
a Ford,
a American product. But
which we had no, we didn't even have that. We had all of our Nissans at that time, didn't we?
Yep, we were a Nissan household at the time. But
yeah, but
she took it. Basically.
But what did you build?
I haven't built anything.
But what did you build?
I haven't built anything.
But what was your pre-reservation build? Bronco. What was your Bronco built
Badlands.
as?
Or no, Black Diamond.
No,
I wanted the Badlands. I didn't want to piss you off, honestly. It's like, because I forget what it was, like $6,000 or something more. I don't know. A lot of money. And I was like, I'm kind of testing the waters, even doing the reservation on this. And then you got into these things, and Lord help us, now we're you
always say, get your wife or spouse to love the vehicle, and the purse opens up, the wallet.
Off-roading.
Oh, is that how that works?
Can I get my C8?
No.
But no, because then you'll want to track it.
And his college kid says, don't worry, Dave, that Raptor will be Kelly's too.
No. So, funny story with that. So after we were talking to Allie, I think the first conversation we had with Allie, and I told Allie, I was like, hey, Allie, number one. But
I don't see Stephen Rappin here trying to claim too.
But she started looking into this thing, and she seen some pictures of it, and she was like, yeah, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? And look at her, even now you can see the eyes of like, I said, no. I said, you took the Bronco. I'm getting the truck, and I like off-roading a truck more than you like off-roading a truck. So it's a perfect balance. And what's funny is I'm not even Ford centric. I mean, obviously we have a Bronco show, because we love the silly thing, but like, I'm not a Ford loyalist, but they just seem to be the most fun vehicles right now you can buy. So,
well, and I'll be honest, we get to put our hands on and test a lot of different vehicles, and you see what we're kind of choosing right now.
Right now,
I will say though, we've kind of talked about this a little bit, that if we had another vehicle, it would be between an Expedition and a Sequoia, like a brand new Toyota Sequoia with a TRD Pro.
TRD Pro would win out for me.
Yeah, between the two, absolutely it would.
But the Expedition's pretty freaking nice.
Yeah. So I mean, we're equal opportunists. Opportunists.
I think if I had to look at a Raptor pickup truck or TRD Pro Tundra, I would still go Tundra. And it's not even like.
What about TRX?
No, I'm TRX already.
Okay, I didn't think.
But if I had to probably, like, we'll just say top of the line F-150, like trimmer package versus TRD, I would go TRD all day long on that. I like their interiors a lot.
Well, I like the TRD package too. Like I liked the off-roading capability and all the.
Well,
like, that was
the
my-
trimmer would be. Now, I did tell you the other day that I seen a antimatter blue trimmer, F-150
Oh,
trimmer,
yeah, you did.
and that for whatever reason, the trimmer orange that they use, it's probably the Badlands orange. They do focus groups on colors, so they're not going out.
They
of their
spend a
way
lot of money on the
for
marketing
new
side of it.
colors. But with that antimatter blue and that trimmer outlined in that orange, I was like, holy shit, that damn thing's sexy, man. That's a good looking truck. But I do love the new Colorado. If it had a V6, could be potential. The ZR2 could be potential to sway me from the Raptor, but they went with a 4-cylinder.
Tim Bart says Expedition Timberline. We actually talked
Yes.
about that last week.
And Tim, we did the walk around out at SEMA last year of the little overland build they did on that based around the Timberline, and yeah, that was a very sweet vehicle. And I like the fact that I've seen people that are taking the Expeditions and lifting them, putting some bigger tires on them. Now, I wouldn't take it. There's places you could take it to Moab and have fun.
I think it's just too big for that.
I'm not
for
taking
us.
up Hell's Revenge by any means, but
No.
I like the idea because me and you've been, you wanted to go camping a couple months ago before it got chilly here. And the idea of me tent camping anymore is I'm just about not wanting to ever tent camp. But I've been looking at trailers, little like tiny trailers, nothing extraordinarily big, but an Expedition, something like that would.
And then I said we needed something to pull a fifth wheel if we were really gonna camp.
Yeah, we're not doing Nurse AJ style camping.
Oh, Nurse AJ said I could go up there and I can fall in love with her trailer.
Well, and you can enjoy it once a year. Go up there and enjoy her trailer. But I think the Expedition definitely would be enough vehicle to pull the style trailer. I think the Bronco would do it perfectly too. But if I'm doing that kind of camping, I'm probably not going hardcore off-roading.
Allie, I hope you feel better soon.
Yes, Allie.
Hey, you better test yourself.
She has.
Okay.
She's flu, COVID, and
all the rest
something
negative.
else. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Something else. Forditis, I think.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
She had Forditis. She tested.
I mean, because she did hang around with us a little bit. We don't know when.
She tested positive for bronchitis.
Yes, Camping Nation.
Funny thing enough,
college kid.
like we've been in the overlanding thing for a long time, and I did start an overlanding nation.
Overland Nation.
Overland Nation, and somebody wanted to buy it from me. So I was at the time I wasn't doing much with that forum, and I was like, here, have it. And I think now he uses it as a clothing line.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And she got mad at me because I sold it too cheap.
True story.
And I did. I just was surprised.
Well, because I knew overland. Any overland word.
I can't believe 65 people here are marriage counseling once a week.
I know.
Tim Bart, by the way, we need to get you on the show sometime. I'm curious of your background. Obviously, you're big with your dealership there. I'd love to have you on the show sometime.
For sure, for sure.
I need to reach out through email somehow and figure that one out. I'd love to talk with you.
For sure.
Don't make me get Mitchell Watch on here again, Tim's what I'm saying.
Watch. Did you say watch?
Watts. I'll do it.
Mobile Moto says Kelly is a glamper. I'm totally a glamper as I get older.
When you were pregnant was hilarious because me and Kelly early on, we did a lot of tent camping. I would bring, or she would bring the air mattress because, hey, bad back. I'm happy with that. But the last time we went tent camping when you were pregnant,
was that the absolute last? No, that's not the absolute.
Not the last time we've been, but when you were pregnant,
yeah,
I think you were 8.5 months pregnant. Yeah,
it was May, and I had our daughter in July. So yeah,
so
Memorial Day weekend.
I swear to God, she had nightstands. And she was working. I brought the boat down to the lake and I kind of roughly set the tent up, and I come back and she's there, and there's bed sheets on this air mattress. There's a comforter, and I'm not lying. So don't say I'm not.
No, I'm not fighting you on
some
it.
Fancy tiger stripe.
No, it was not. It was our extra. It was like something my mom gave to us. It was a king size comforter that she no longer needed that she gave it to us. So it was like.
But I swear there was.
It was a camping comforter.
There was a night lamp.
No.
There was suddenly there was a dresser down there with a mirror.
There was not.
And she was like, "Hey, you're going to have to take a shower before you get in there." And oh, by the way, it's down the hall in this tent. She did the plumbing and everything. I swear to God. Swear to God.
What? So here's the funniest part is that the air mattress. You know how air mattresses do.
How do they do?
They
Z
do.
Frank?
They do. I was on the floor the next morning.
Yes.
Because literally, like, it was a double stack air mattress, you know, like
I've
the
got
2 level.
I'm pulling up a picture.
Oh,
of this.
God.
I gotta find it.
So there was a 2 stack air mattress. So it was like the higher ones. And literally, and of course, because I'm pregnant, I'm the heavier one on there. And yeah, so I ended up on the floor the next morning. It was terrible.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Kelly.
And it's true. Most air mattresses are garbage. It is true. Like,
Yes.
I wish the tent had room service. That would have been real nice.
No,
Hey, there's Cole.
Cole. What's up, buddy? My 23 gets built in a week.
Whoop, whoop.
Congratulations, sir. That's been an ordeal for you, I know.
SEMA show had a really slim mattress for Bronco on one.
We have a buddy that worked for Serta that
Yes.
had Serta build a bed, a mattress.
So he took all the measurements for the Generation 1 Xterra and Generation 2. He had 2 made, right? 1 for each, I think.
I don't know.
No, you're gonna have to go back.
Just give me you handle the show.
Anyway. So yeah. So he actually he oversaw Serta building a mattress for the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 Xterras. So, and he raffled it off at one of our events. And literally, like, that was the thing everybody wanted, was the big mattress.
Yes.
Like, everybody wanted the big mattress because it was literally a Serta mattress that fit in all the grooves and all the perfect spaces. Because he took cardboard and cut it out and did all that to kind of create it. It was pretty amazing.
Here, I'll show this.
Nobody cares about that.
I used to keep this can of Spam
I think we still have it somewhere.
No, I threw it away finally. I had to Spam for about 30 years. This was in my high school car. For some reason, we would get drunk and stupid and go bow down to worship Spam in the local Kroger's.
And you wonder why he's so crazy.
And I used to keep this can in my car. And funny, my buddy who's coming here, Jim Mears, or I mentioned in this, somebody broke into his car a couple years down the road and ate the Spam and left the can in the car. And you know what's funny is they had to get sick because that sat in the back windows of our car forever. Sorry, I ran across this as I'm trying to find this stupid.
That is not what we're doing here. This is not what we're doing here.
Right.
Bart Hardy said it also had a fridge and sliding door on one side and a small mattress on the other. Nice.
That's something I would like to.
You keep searching. Multitask better than
I would
that.
like to get a refrigerator for our setup, but that's where.
So Nikki said exactly 1 year and 1 month.
Nice.
So she was a October order.
Damn it.
That's birth.
I'm aware of what birth looks like.
Are you though?
Well, sometimes. I don't know where this picture might be. Anyways, go do the show.
I know it's what I'm used to doing. Just kidding.
Come on, producer Kelly.
Just says Momomoto says the Spam was just heat cycled.
They do warm them up in the cans, so when they put them in there. So.
Bart said it's on somebody's recent video. Stop looking. You look over there. Figure out what you're doing.
Sorry.
Yeah, Bart, we'll see if we can find it for next week so we can talk about it next week.
What's that? This picture?
Oh, I won't be here next week.
Yeah. It's my birthday. Next Monday is my birthday, by the way.
It is, and I won't be here.
I will be doing a live stream on my birthday. And
I should find out what the schedule is and see if I can hop in.
Yeah, Miss Woman over here planned a trip with our daughter.
I didn't plan the trip. It's not like I said, oh, hey, here we go. No, our daughter is in a club at school and they're doing a big convention. So I am chaperoning. So I can't help that. I didn't make the rules.
I think you did.
William Blaine says the Spam was kept warm and moist.
Gross. Oh, man. Some memories in this one.
I know. Isn't that sweet?
Oh, look.
We were youngins.
This was our first trip together.
Yeah, and we literally been dating what, like 3 weeks?
Look, we drove by the Jeep place here.
Yeah.
My first trip to Detroit. Skateboard dad there. My drum set. Oh, all kinds of memories. You've heard me talk about my little Honda Element.
That's Sasha.
Yep. Yeah, so the picture's not in here. I'll find this down the road and embarrass you somehow, Kelly.
What?
Yeah. Here's me on stage playing music. Yeah, so there's
Little known fact, I've never seen him perform.
actually you did.
When?
When I got hammered at
Karaoke doesn't count.
well, I sang the shit out of some karaoke.
Karaoke does not
And
count.
I hate karaoke. I despise karaoke. So she knew when I signed up to sing some Journey. Don't stop believing. That she was like, "Oh my God, how did you?" I think you asked Jim, "How did you get him to do that?" And he's
I
like,
did.
He did it on his own.
I did.
And I despise karaoke. Well, I despise it as a musician. And you go to one of those karaoke clubs, and one person hits a couple notes, and you hear these people going, "Oh my God, why are you not in Nashville?"
And you have to drink more.
Yeah, and you're just like, yeah, it's just not enough there. Anyways, sorry, Dave can never perform. Well,
I looked like Drew Barrymore, Mobile says.
What? Where?
I don't know. Somewhere there. I don't know. We were youngins. Look at that. Oh, how cute we were.
We're standing over the bridge, the walkway to going. We were going to the Cincinnati Stadium.
The John Brown Stadium. Paul Brown. Sorry.
Brown.
Paul Brown.
Oh my God. How are we married?
I don't know.
Yeah. Notice that Buckeyes hat? Yeah. And she was hugging on me. So you would have thought it would have burned. Mm-hmm. Any other questions or comments in there, Kelly?
I don't know. I was looking up the lottery that they were telling us about.
The lottery?
Yeah, lottery for Van Winkle. Something Pappy Van Winkle bourbon.
Oh, and here's a fun fact. There is our traded the Element for this.
That's JD.
Did. And a tornado killed that.
Yep. Sure did.
So there we go. There's life going with Dave. Life with Dave.
I guess you're not going to find the camping one.
No, it's buried somewhere. I'll find it eventually.
I bet I could find it.
Well, you handled the show, ma'am. You're the producer.
I was handling the show, and then you couldn't multitask over there.
You're squirreling is what you're doing.
So were you.
Nope.
What do you think you were doing?
Nope.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Courage juice makes you do fun things, William Lane said.
Do what?
Courage juice makes you do fun things. It's true. He was actually really fun that weekend.
What? What weekend are we talking about?
Gallenberg.
Oh, that, yeah. I was, I needed some fun in my life.
He was really fun that weekend, actually.
Yes. No, it was, no, we hit all the, and we will do this. If you go to Bronco Invasion or whatever they're calling it, and right before the week before Jeep Invasion in Gatlinburg, we will be there, and you'll definitely see us walking up and down the because I really don't like Gatlinburg. I don't like Pigeon Forge at all. I don't like touristy places like that. And but we had a blast hitting all the moonshine places, and by the end of it, the last one got me to sing karaoke. But she was a lot of fun. The lady that did the fun serving of the tasting, she was a lot of fun. And I put her in a video because she was so much fun.
That is true. A crisp high five.
All right. Let's see. So do y'all use seat covers on your new vehicles or use an old beach towel? We have marine grade vinyl in ours, and no need for any of that. They and Kelly over here left the Bronco get rained in one day. They proved to be their worth of like.
When did I let it get rained in?
It got rained in.
When?
And Sydney told me.
I don't even remember it getting rained in.
I know, because you pushed it out of your brain because you don't want to remember. But marine grade vinyl is where it's at. I'm wanting though to switch to cat skin leather. Just because we do take the vehicle out, not as a showpiece, but I think it would be fun to partner with cat skin somehow and maybe do something with them. Oh, you found it.
I told you I could find it much quicker than
she
you can.
Found it. All right. There's the dining room. You can see the dining room table back there.
It's not.
But this was Kelly, 8.5 months pregnant. Well, for one, in a dress too. You're camping in a dress.
Because I just came from work.
I'm sure it was comfortable for you as well. Never been pregnant, never will. But I came back to this. I was like, you can't see it. There's an end table over here. There's a nightstand.
An end table.
And there's a Gideon's Bible in there. And she probably had a hope chest somewhere over here, hoping I would probably go away.
Give me the bed all
I
to
walked
myself.
into this and I was like, what the? I didn't bring the house.
I know. I don't know why I matched the comforter.
I know.
Really
It's like, why? Who knows? I'm guaranteed
it was 2010. There was better. There was different styles back then.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Blame it on 2010. But yes. So yeah, we've always been dumb though. So we like to do.
Momomoto says a ceiling fan, a thermos. We probably actually had a fan in there. Not a ceiling fan, but a fan. Probably in there because it was Memorial Day weekend in Tennessee.
Was that Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah. Because you had to go down and get the camping spot.
Whee!
One of the many times you did it without cracking a rib, and then there's so many other times that you did it with cracking a rib.
Well, once we got jet skis, it was over.
Oh, in the same trip, him and his buddy are on the jet skis.
No, not this trip.
Oh, this isn't the same trip. No, but there was a time that I was pregnant and somebody had.
There's our Bayliner boat, and I towed it with this Nissan Xterra that we had, which I love that vehicle, but did not tow worth shit. Like, let me tell you, and it was rated to tow that boat by Nissan, but let me tell you, most lakes, I'm sure they're down in valleys, or it's the way it is here in Middle Tennessee. So they flooded out all this valley area. So you go down to the lakes, fine. Getting up, in that truck, I'll never forget, there was a spot where I would tell you guys, hang on, I have to floor the vehicle.
To start down the hill to get up the hill.
Yes, not at the bottom of the hill, at the top.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Start as you're going down the hill, you got to gas it so that it actually gets up the hill.
Because you would get up to the top and that little engine was like, please don't do this to me.
Going 2 miles an hour.
Please don't do this to me. Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a mess. No, but there was one. It was that trip. Somebody had brought jet ski or something, and you and Jim had taken off because I was pregnant one of the trips because I was sitting there floating with my. Oh, and for those that don't know, this is going to turn into
all. Where's the show gone to tonight?
Let's go to All Boating Nation.
Oh. All Lake Nation.
Yeah, for those that don't know, wear your life jackets, but. Pregnant. If you wear a life jacket, like
you sit in
like a diaper almost, I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, you sit in it instead of pulling it over, you float much easier.
Did you see that? She was doing a dance. She was doing that.
No, you pull it. But you float much better. And I was 8 or 9 months pregnant, and somebody came out with jet skis because you and Jim were on them.
I don't remember that.
And they took off and they flew off the jet ski. But they flew off the other side of the jet ski where we couldn't see, and we're floating in the lake. And his wife and I are going, "Are they okay? Are they okay?" And all of a sudden, through my mind goes, "I'm a widowed single mom. Like they just died in the lake.
Yeah,
and I'm all by myself. We can't get over there." Yeah. They were fine. They were just being dumbasses.
To Explore Videos says, okay, cool, because I answered his question. I generally use something on the work truck. Keep seat from wearing out over time. Easy, no wash. Best I can tell, these seats have not shown any wear. I will say that for the now I've seen some leather. People were upset about some leather. They picked their Bronco up on one of the forums today.
No, but William did mention like he's got to get something to cover it, to protect it from his dog nails.
Oh yes, but that
I definitely would. But yeah, definitely.
In neoprene, there are some neoprene seats which I would recommend, but they do get hot. Neoprene does get hot in the summer if you got your top off and stuff. But it's stretchy. Dogs can't seem to tear it up, and they can still grip in it. Where some of those kind of pullovers, vinyl-y seats are slick, and you turn a corner and Puppers is in the neighbor's yard 4 houses down.
That's why Brooks has such anxiety driving in this vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, Joe says Kelly almost got to live the dream that I was single,
Oh, well, there's still time.
widowed. But here's the thing: you all would have never met us if that was the case. This was his dream.
Well, I die and you take on the show, and somehow there's 100,000 subs suddenly.
Whatever. I put shit content out, and everybody comes and watches it.
Well, there's another one like that, so why not?
Cigar Texan said, neoprene grabs dog hair like a mofo.
Hey, man.
Yeah, and I've heard that mobile moto is that the seatbelt tether and harness are super important for your dogs.
Yes. Well, you don't want puppers going through the windshield.
MSU college kid says, "Yep, Kelly Nation."
Damn it, man. Is this somebody you work with? Because
No.
I suddenly feel like
Actually, it's not.
I know he's been in here.
She
many
said
times.
she was going to join, but I've not seen her tonight. She would have already gotten on to you.
Wow, man,
She would've.
you put a hit out on me suddenly.
No, she was coming in to poke you, to bug me.
Well, so Christmas is coming up, Kelly.
Mhm.
I feel like me and you need to do so if you don't know, Christmas for every YouTuber is the perfect time. It's the one time of year you can actually somewhat make a little bit of money on YouTube.
Mhm.
The ad revenues go up. So you'll see like
Traditionally, doesn't mean that's going to
Yes.
happen this year.
So every YouTuber will do 500 days of Christmas videos. And but I think we need to do coming up pretty quickly a what you would buy aftermarket for the Bronco coming up, and I think that would be fun to do.
It won't be on your birthday. You don't even care about your birthday. You just want to use it to pick at me.
Of course. Use it to my advantage.
You see?
But
This is what
trust
happens.
me, you do the same thing. Oh, look at that offended face. Like I would
I'm such an
never.
asshole.
No, if I'm an asshole, we're equal assholes. Trust me, we're the same person almost.
Don't jump me in that pile.
Come on, dance with me.
No, because I keep you in line.
Well, there is that. But I keep you in line in other ways.
Cole says Kelly's all-terrain nation.
Damn. Really, I lost my Bronco and my show. I thought, man, it'd be fun to bring Kelly into this and let her get into the press world with me and do all this. And then suddenly, oh, I've got it all now. Thank you. Oh, Your Honor. Yeah, let's cut him free. It's mine. Oh, final questions or comments, guys. Let's see what you got. Sorry, this has turned into just fun tonight.
Shit show. Anybody have an Amazon that I can use to place an order?
Double D batteries.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Gia did ask, have you heard from the guy whose base model that
And I have
Kelly
not yet.
pulled out?
He told me he would let me know what was going on with that.
Need to follow up.
I will. I'll reach out to him tomorrow. Figure that out. I'm hoping honestly the way dealerships are backed up right now though for repair work, he may not have heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want to stay on that though because I'm, for you guys to let you know, hey, this is the problem he had. And I don't want to be one of those channels that just like they show, having fun going through mud will ruin an alternator, and then they don't tell you how somebody, I want you to see here's
It was
what-
not clickbait. We promise we'll follow
Yeah.
up with you.
Definitely want to show up with that.
William Lane says, me and the wife have already taken our Badlands to Windrock already and sent it, which it did awesome climbing rocks with no effort. Yes, it got dirty.
Nice, man. What trails did you do there, William? Because we're that's the one place, we were over there for Supercell, and
Mhm.
Luke was like, hey, let's go do a night run at Windrock. And I was like tired from talking to everybody. Oh, there's
You have to go to Amazon, or you have to go to actual YouTube though, because it doesn't block it on their side.
Okay. I don't know who Mobile's talking about there. But I definitely like Windrock's the place, it's our home park, and we've had this damn thing for a year now and just have not been able to get there.
Yeah, we haven't.
Which is kind of
Did you say that we were offered to go at Supercell, but it was way too late?
Yes, that's what I was saying. So Luke wanted to go, and I was like, dude, I've been on my feet all day long.
Well, and we know how Luke goes.
Yeah.
So the way that Luke goes, and Nestor really for that matter, they were like, oh, we're just gonna go over real quick. And it's like, I did the math.
Windrock was still 45 minutes away.
Yeah. And I did the math real quick, and I was like,
I think they left at like 7. We did see them around midnight, though. I will give them that. They were in and out.
For sure. I'm trying to.
But no, they oh yeah, our moderator left us. I don't think he wants to be in the channel.
Oh, you got to close your thingy.
I'll always close my thingy. Let's see. But yeah, so Windrock is, as much as we've been over there.
Yeah, Windrock is our home park. So we're just curious which ones that you actually went on, because there's a couple. What do we do? 26, 27,
22
25,
is always
26.
like a good one. 22 to 27 to 26 is a good day loop.
I like the rock
On 20,
the rock wash and 26 at the end.
First time you ever got to use a locker was on 26.
Mm-hmm.
But I talked to a friend today about going to Windrock, Mr. Kevin, and he said the last time he was over there, the trail conditions were pretty bad. So,
Cole says he tried to moderate, but it didn't work.
well, we appreciate that, anyways. Cole,
Randy Hughes says we'll have to watch back. Did I miss something, or was enjoying the hot tub for a half hour? You know, we have a hot tub in our backyard, and I don't think we've been in it in like 3 months.
it's been a minute. No, it was last month. It was last month. Yeah. Yes, last month.
We'll talk about the math later, because that doesn't
I
add
do
up.
math for a living.
I know, but that doesn't add up because it was before Texas.
No, it was that right after Texas.
No, it was right before. It was at least before Texas.
I'm sorry, guys. But no, we love our hot tub. It's just for some reason this year we've not been able to get in it. But maybe, well, no, we were not doing the hot tub streams. That would be weird.
We did one. Didn't we do one in an unboxing or something? We talked about
Nobody wants to see my my body in a hot tub.
it. Cole says, "Amen, Bronco 78. No Kelly, no show."
Damn.
And William Lane says, "Wife says Kelly is number one. LOL. Can't help it, babe. Sorry." Jason Boyd says, "Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. Supposedly my new Oracle lights are shipped."
Oh, speaking of that, have you seen these taillights? Let me
Yeah, see, Cole says he remembers the hot tub stream. Yeah, so Jason, I didn't know your name on Instagram, I think it was. And I had said to somebody at work, I was like, oh, something about it's funny when we have viewers or something that kind of pop in and say, I can't remember what it was that you said. And then Dave was like, "Did you see what Jason Boyd posted?" And I was like, "Oh, is that who posted it?" It was something about Mom and Dad that you posted on Instagram. I don't remember what it was, but it was kind of funny. Sorry, I'm laughing with myself.
I don't know if you've seen these or not, Kelly, but these are the Oracle. They're not for me, but they're the flush mount taillights.
Oh, I did see them on Lifestyles.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting idea. I don't know the advantages of. I mean, obviously, not going to get
protecting them a little bit,
but it was kind of interesting. You know, everybody makes their vehicle unique. That's the cool thing about this.
Cigar Texan says, "I use our hot tub 3 times a month at least. Building another one now."
Building one? What are you, a mountain man?
He lives in Texas. They have space to go for miles.
Stealing my place. You stay out of my thoughts. Kelly's eating my favorite candies up. Let me find these real quick.
Oh, I didn't have these as a kid, but apparently Dave did.
Oh, so good.
They're called Zots. They're little hard candies, but they have either malic or one of the
really sour
powders. Acids in it in the middle that it actually ends up coming out. It's actually really good. But you can't eat too many because your tongue gets burned up.
Yeah, my tongue's pretty sore right now. So here's what they look like. I know there was a pre-order on these things. Let's see if there's any good pictures of them.
Cole says, "Oh my God, Zot's gross."
You can kind of see them. It's a tough thing. I wish there was a. Let's see.
Did you hear me?
Side view. Yes, I did.
Cole said they're gross.
So you can kind of see them there. Interesting. I'll say that. I mean, I have a Badlands, so I paid for the extra LED lights already. So that's the last.
Yes, we did.
That would be very low on my priority list of needs, because we've been discussing, you know, about getting. I know 37s is where I want to put the Bronco, and I can't see buying another set of 35s and then kicking myself that we didn't just get 37s. So I've been looking at some lifts, and I was actually, we talked with Miss Reinhardt there with four-wheel parts. I'm not a big four-wheel parts guy for a lot of things. I do like the Smitty Built
She's not
brand.
with four-wheel parts anymore.
Well, she was formerly with four-wheel parts. But I'm not big on a lot of their brands. Some of them are honestly garbage. But I do like their lift that they have for the Bronco. So I'm glad we're here to entertain you. Cheers.
It's funny we talked to somebody. Oh, I don't remember who it was, but we were at Holly Oaks and somebody said something about, I just love your Monday nights. You guys are just so fun. And I was like, that's just us. Like legit, like it really is just us. Like we don't really put on a show. This is our marital counseling. Legit.
No, we play fight all the time. I'm not going through their website.
We do. We actually play fight on other people's Facebooks. I think we've told you guys.
Oh yeah, I love like freaking people out. I need to see how much these things are, and then we'll kind of wind it down.
I don't know what Cigar Texan is saying. For my gas, I'm assuming gas tank holder, not the light and smash it. I don't know.
Woo!
Hit the like and smash it.
These are pricey.
Yeah, somebody said they're like $450.
Man,
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money to
Replace perfectly good lights.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
at least for us.
I guess in turn you could resell those lights, but your factory lights. But yeah, that's I mean, stupid pop-ups. I mean, I like the fact that they didn't try to change much of the look of the factory. They just flush mounted it, but yeah.
Sorry.
What we got going on?
NSU College Kid says basically a warhead for us young folks.
Yes. You whippersnappers.
You whippersnappers.
Mobile says four-wheel parts is a Chinese reseller. Well, they design the parts. I know I had a friend that used to in Denver. He would design parts for them. He would send the finished product to them, and then they shipped it to China to be rebuilt. But the shocks and coils they have, I actually, most honest, I don't care if they say they're American-made stuff anymore. A lot of it's still cast in China. But I'm seriously contemplating. I think it's $3,600 for their 3.5-inch lift. It comes preloaded at 3 inches, which is all we need for 35 or 37s, but we'll see.
No, we already need to put new tires on it.
Not yet, but
I know how your not yets work. Your not yets turn into in 6 months. Well, 6 months is not enough time.
All right, new poll. Will Dave have 37s and a
No.
lift on by Supercell?
William Lane says, can't remember what the number trail is. We took the Bronco on and had it going over a wooden flat
Oh,
bridge. So you went on
22.
22.
22, right? Yeah, right at the entrance. Great trail.
Yep.
That's what, when those ladies
It's hit or miss, though.
Yes.
I will warn you, it's hit or miss.
Those ladies were talking about going off-roading there at the end. She was talking about the motorcycle lady. I wanted to talk about 22 because I'll never forget. I've led people all over Windrock for 12 years, something like that. And I'll never forget taking some Xterra guys. And most Xterra guys, they have a four-wheel drive vehicle, especially the early gens were solid four-wheel drive vehicles. Manual transfer case. You could get a 5-speed or a 5-speed automatic. But I remember taking them over that flat bridge and them freaking out because we would stop after that flat bridge area because there's a nice flat area so everybody can catch up. And people just get out of their truck going, I cannot believe my truck did that. And I said, did what? What did you do? And he was like, I mean, we went over that bridge. And I was like, he goes, did you use 4-wheel? I was like, no, I'm in too high. Like, but they were a lot of people who have no experience. But that's when I heard that. To a lot of people, they would want to make fun of them for that. Be like, idiots. No, that made me love taking new people out to see that excitement of like, oh my God, this vehicle can do that.
So somebody asked about the Oracle front lights. So there you go.
There you go. Aren't these, wasn't there something that you have to rip apart your lights on these? I can't remember.
I don't. Oh, yeah. It's not. It's just an upgrade kit. It's not actually a replacement.
So, but I think you have to take your lights apart.
Oh, I'm sure, because that's all that is an
Yeah.
upgrade kit.
I'm not. So the colored lights for me, I would probably sound nasty about it, but I think it's the dumbest thing ever.
You might do the Raptor yellow.
No, I hate that. I don't like the
Really?
Raptor yellow at all either. I think that's dumb on the Raptor.
Wow.
Maybe they done the clear. I might have liked the Raptor. It came down to little things like that made me not like the Raptor.
Oh yeah, so you cigar Texan said Oracle headlights require you to open the headlight cases and change out the bulbs. Not for me.
Yeah.
No.
No,
you.
because if you screw something up, say you crack them, taking them apart, and I don't know if a lot of the old headlights you had to put them in the oven for a little bit, warm the glue up, pop it apart, and you could do that stuff. I don't know if it's like that on the Bronco, but Jesus, I think they're like $2,000 a piece to replace them. So I'm not going down that path. But as far as like the and a lot of states don't require you to or allow you to run these colors either down the road. I know Tennessee for a while was pulling people over like crazy. Oracle, though, amazing brand. They really do quality stuff. I will say that.
Bart Hardy says, I've contacted a ton of these companies and they say they are having Black Friday deals. So wait for Black Friday.
Oh, yeah. No doubt on that. I want to say 4-Wheel Parts has already got their Black Friday deals up. I would honestly, if I could afford it, I would go Kings, but I don't have $10,000 for coils, which is Kings are ridiculous.
Jason Boyd says, gotta go. Wife wants me in bed. Night, mom and dad. Catch y'all later. Have a great week with the videos coming. Yeah.
Have fun in bed, sir.
When he calls us mom and dad, not really.
Go get him, son.
Wow.
Did you see these mirrors?
Why not Icons, Dave?
I think Icons are quality product. Just you're looking at $7,000, Cole, for Icons, a nice lift. Now you're gonna get all the proper linkage and stuff with it, but for what we would ever like, Icon to me is you go that route or Kings or high end Fox, you better be out in the desert just beating the piss out of those shocks, because for rock crawling that I do, the shocks would last unless you just blow one. The shocks are going to last forever because you're not putting them under. They don't heat up a ton, and you're not bouncing the shock all the time. So, and I say that for the 4-Wheel Parts lift that they have, as a person who's not a fan. Once again, I've used a lot of their parts. I have their winches on the front of our vehicle. I do think they make a pretty quality winch, not their entry level stuff, but yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of that, but there's so many companies out there, and they all, honestly, you choose the one that looks the best to you. And I think half the time with a lot of these aftermarket parts is literally, how does it look? The color of the shock, or like, because they all virtually do the same thing.
Cole says, no, you are not. Let me get you a price, Dave.
Who's getting me a price? Oh.
Cole. Cigar Texan said Fox 2.0 will be here in January. Cigar Texan, your vehicle is not going to be at all
I know.
the same vehicle that
he's got this first 20th edition.
We're going to need to fly and see Cigar Texan's truck.
Oh, next time we're in his area, we're definitely got to meet up with him.
For sure.
I owe him a drink because I've been savoring. I don't drink. You sent me a bottle of whiskey over a year ago now, and I don't drink a lot of it. Not out of, I don't enjoy it because I really do enjoy it, but certain things into like the Devil Share, the Heaven's whatever that
wrong pop culture,
right? That Flo sent to me. Like I savor those, and there's a lot of memories to those. So I like to.
William said 22 sounds familiar. Number for Windrock. Wife wants to go to the Windrock again, so next time you're in town, wife would love to meet.
Of course. I mean, hell, sometimes just going up to the windmill lookout is a off-road adventure.
Well, and honestly, 22, like I said, can be hit or miss. Like there have been, so our quick little bit of our history is we used to run an event over there, an off-road event for about 10 years. And some years 22 was a piece of cake. That's what we took all the rookies on. And some years it was the difficult trail. So it changes a lot with weather.
I about ruined a good Nissan Frontier over there because they had that weird rock at that time that they hadn't broke up just yet, and I've been denied twice on 22. The easiest trail generally they have over there. I've been denied twice
He said to
because
turn around.
the redneck of me was like, I'm getting up this MFer. And then the smart person of me was like, you still have a car payment on this.
You have a
And
smart person in you?
sometimes, very rarely, usually when you're around. But I was like, I damaged this truck. I think it's way past the time I can tell this one. But we were at a place called Wooley's Off-Road here in Middle Tennessee. A lot of the old Spike TV shows used to film out at this place. And me, JR, I think you were with me. We were doing some stuff. And at the time I was starting to push that truck a little further than it was not capable of, but it needed larger tires and stuff. But we were almost done for the day, and JR had done this little washout. It was really cool, made his truck flex, and I was like, I'm going to do that. And JR had never spotted me before. And like you talked about earlier, you got to be comfortable with it. I wasn't 100% comfortable with him because he had only learned a few years before that how to off-road. And damn it, if there was not a tree root sticking out of the side of these were deep ruts, like 8 foot, 9 foot deep ruts that we were driving through. There was a tree root sticking out and he shoved my door. I did it, but his guidance helped me do it right into the rear driver or rear passenger rear door into the bed, caved all that in, and was just upset.
Yeah, and I was upset when I saw the video on it too.
Yeah, and I never posted that video because
no, it was
insurance.
It was costly.
But the cool thing about it was, and we had a storm come through and it blew my grill into the side of the vehicle too. So, which did do some damage. And I was like, hey, looks like storm damage, and was able to get the vehicle repaired. But right after that's when we went to Windrock, and that's when I was like, look, man, I was going to be mad and shove that truck up through there. And if it had been a beater, we would have went up there all day long. But no, I was like, I just got this stupid ass thing back. I don't know that I could get away with that one again. So let's not do that.
Yeah. And I bet, William, you're right on that. 2022 probably did have a lot of vehicles stuck. And there are some spots there that we like to call them alternator killers because they legit killed. We know of like 8 of them.
You can go around it, but there's this long mud hole. I killed one in it. My white Xterra that I showed earlier. I killed an alternator there. No, I hate mud.
We knew of 8 in the 10 years of our event, just in that one hole.
Yep. Mud kills.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. 22 can be super easy in the Bronco, but that at the same point, it can be super difficult.
Yeah. I've done it in snow.
That's for you. No, that's for you.
I know. Me and Cole's talked about that many times. I've done it in the snow. The snow at Windrock, or snow wheeling in general, if you ever get a chance to do it, is the most fun you can have. It's cold. That kind of sucks. But it's so unpredictable in a good way. Like, especially if you know the trail a little bit. But I've had a blast. You never got to go up there when it's snowing.
No, because I equate snow with mud.
It is a little bit.
And I don't like to mud wheel.
Yep. Had a blast. Cole, we'll talk about that. So there we go, guys. There is a show, a little over 2 hours. I apologize. This one at the end here has gotten a little debatable whether we talk Broncos, but this channel's turned into more about me and your life anyway. So obviously we're always going to report on vehicles. But,
somebody had mentioned we needed to do a vlog, and we've kind of talked about doing some of a vlog. But at the same point, if we always did a vlog, we would never have downtime, because we really just like telling our story and like showing our story. But then we would always be on camera, like always. Yes. And then there'd be a lot of content.
I don't know that we're that interesting to people.
No, we're not. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and there'd be a lot of content to go through to make into something.
Yep. If you haven't yet, smash that like button for us. Leave us a comment, especially if you rewatch this. If you're rewatching this, which we do, honestly, probably 60% of the views, if not more, or after the fact, leave a comment. Let us know what you think of the show. We do talk quite a bit of Bronco here, but we do other things. I've been dropping some Toyota stuff. I did a build and price today that I dropped, which I like doing those to figure out what my dream version of these vehicles would cost. Viewership on the channel has been down just slightly. Yeah. So it seems like you guys want to talk more Broncos than anything at Bronco Talk Live.
I need to do some builds.
What? Kelly
We
come
need
do
to
a
do
video?
some building prices.
Kelly come do some build price?
Wow. I just can't have you be over my shoulder when I do it.
Okay.
I think that's the problem. Is I can't have you like judging me over here. Like, cause you're up here, do your thing. I'm not up here watching you do your thing. Make sense?
A lot of people aren't interesting but have vlogs and are successful.
That is true.
True enough. So
True
whether it
story.
be 2-wheel drive, Kelly,
4-wheel drive.
no jazz hands with that?
4-wheel drive.
Oh my God.
Kelly builds Broncos says Cole. Hashtag. Kelly
I
builds
would
Broncos.
love to see if you got on the Ford page to spec out a Bronco you wanted. I would be curious to see about that.
What, like today's Bronco?
Yeah.
Like today's Bronco?
Whatever any that they have. What
We'll
you
have to
would
see.
build. Doesn't matter what you drive, Kelly. This has
Because
been
tonight
your-
we're driving Broncos.
You're stealing my lines now too. Holy hell! It's been your Bronco Talk Live, and we're out. Peace, everybody. We'll pick those up.
You didn't close the
Oh,
poll.
Geez, sorry. Wait, hang around. 46.
And Cigar Texan also said he's like, it would be interesting to see Kelly do a build and then Dave do a build and see how they're different. We've talked about it. We've actually talked about doing side by side builds.
Side by sides.
Yeah, remember like you and I building at the same time?
Oh, I thought you literally meant side by sides. I was like, not much to build on those, but
No,
okay.
not those kind of side by sides.
Side by side nation.
Yeah,
I always do this. I forget about this damn.
I know
poll.
you do.
All right, so it was. Would you rather get your 22 Bronco in December or wait till basically January for that 23? And 69% said they would wait.
I am surprised that there's 30% that said they want it now though.
Yeah.
Like want it now, they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been waiting so long.
Yeah.
This has been your Bronco Talk Live. And what are we, Kelly?
We're out.
Peace, everybody. Love y'all.
See ya.